Bill.
Hey everybody, Michael Rooker here, and you are listening to Cut to the Chase. Keep listening.
Hey guys, this is Christy Carlson Romano, and you're listening to Cut to the Chase.
Hey, what's going on? This is Thomas Ian Nicholas. You horror fans out there might know me as Bill Woodlake from Halloween Resurrection. And you are listening to Cut to the Chase. So let's do it. Cut to the chase, man.
Hey, this is Mike Casey, and you're listening to Cut to the Chase.
Greetings, gentlefolk. This is James Duval, and you're listening to Lacy Lou on Cut to the Chase.
This is Richard Reilly, and I'm on Cut to the Chase. And if you don't jump to any conclusions, you will hear me with Dan and Lacy.
You have a podcast like I do, and it's called Cut to the Chase. I like that. Cut to the Chase. All right, here we go. You're listening to Cut to the Chase. Let me do another one. You're listening to Cut to the Chase. How about, this is Michael Rosenbaum, and you're listening to Cut to the Chase. I don't know if, it's Dan and Lacy. You're listening to, this is Michael Rosenbaum, you're listening to Cut to the Chase with Dan Chase and Lacy Lou. How's that? Oh, and Mikey likes it.
If you like horror, you'll want to cut to the chase. The podcast, that is. I know I want to cut to the chase as soon as possible. And what do you know? Here it comes.
Here we are. First live stream, baby.
What is up? Can I just say, baby, that that fucking intro is the coolest fucking intro ever.
Well, like I want to do it with like I want to have like more pictures like when we go to conventions,
Right.
As opposed to just like our stupid faces plastered on it. Which we will. Like we have plenty of conventions we will be going to this year. I think 2. So.
No, like we got Richard really talking about jump to conclusions, Mats. Lex Luthor, like that thing is stacked. I fucking love that intro.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, this is our first show. How do you feel?
It is not like we have been planning this for a long time, so this is a huge moment. Absolutely. I think that like it's one of those things where you can only talk so much and you just gotta fucking do it sometimes. And I gotta say that all credit to you as fucking, I think nobody is surprised here, but you took the wheel and you fucking figured it all out. And yeah, we did a little test run earlier and I was thoroughly impressed, Lacy Lou.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just like the beginning stages. So like everybody that watches us, they're gonna like see it grow. I could just hear you drink that coffee. It like oh.
All right, so test run for future shows. Do not drink coffee.
Yes, I'm curious if anybody wants to like throw up a comment so then I can like, this is a test run. I haven't dealt with anybody like putting comments and I'd like to broadcast them. I don't know how to do that yet. So that's just another piece of the puzzle that we got to work out, but so far so good. I mean, it looks great. You look great. That camera is dope. And I definitely were talking about this. What's that? It's my work camera.
It's fucking awesome. But no, and I think the dual cameras for us just works better for podcasting and stuff, because a lot of the times, like with podcasting and we're not on camera, there's a lot of like, timeouts and like shit behind the scenes. What's up, Nikki? And like a lot of times that can be distracting. So I think that podcasting in different rooms is so much easier because I'm not distracted by Lacy Lou and that.
Oh, you stop it. No, I think it is going to be easier for us to podcast in separate rooms. This is a live stream, so great. Nikki said the connection is coming in great.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here, Nikki, and testing this out with us.
Yeah, no, definitely. So yeah, this is just kind of a test run, but we do have some stuff to talk about for sure. So that I'm really excited to talk about as well.
Me too. Well, I mean, we've been like really chomping at the bit to do anything Scream 6 related. Um, so I don't know, there have been multiple TV spots. We're not going to cover the TV spots because we don't want to like ruin it for you guys because we already have like theories kind of based around that. So we're just going to kind of like keep it honed in.
Listen,
Just yeah,
yeah,
okay.
ruining it for us around this household is one thing. We're not going to do that with everybody because we've watched all the trailers, broke them all down a million times, and dissected everything. We're just going to do like kind of, I don't know, what would you say, like broad strokes?
I mean, a little in depth, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the posters or the trailer first?
I say we hop right into the trailer.
Yeah.
Let's do it, baby.
All right. Let me add it to the stream here. Let me make sure the volume is good.
And we can commentate over this. This is so cool.
I know.
This is great.
Here we go. Like, did you ever think that you would see Ghostface with a shotgun ever?
Right.
Now, see,
And
like, I kind of wish they would have saved this scene, though. Like, honestly, like, I mean, you want to amp people up, and it does get me amped. And obviously, nobody really cares about this guy because he's not like crucial to the story, but maybe he is. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, and I think that this scene, though, it definitely sets the tone, and you have to sell the movie, and it's tough. There's a part of me. There's a part of me that doesn't want this, and there's a part of me that wants all of this.
That shot, though, like,
I had this secret.
all right, I don't want to like go too in depth on this scene right here because I think that is
He
huge.
followed me here.
Sam's in therapy. Ghostface followed her to New York.
That shot with him at the door.
Kirby. Now, baby, this is gonna be so
This
huge.
isn't like any other Ghostface.
Yes, I have a lot of theories on Kirby, and we're going to talk about her later. A shrine, Gale.
We've got to lure him in.
Oh, that shot of that shrine. Oh my god. Epic. Epic.
Right,
This movie's gonna be epic.
This, out of any trailer, this Gale scene has to have my favorite Ghostface moment in any trailer ever.
Maybe, but there's never been one like me, Gale.
Like,
Oh,
it's
that's
right
the line.
No, when he runs right here, this is the moment for me right here. Yes.
Oh shit.
Runs on the couch like
shoot you in the head.
I wish
Ghostface means business. Yeah.
Now, I'm sure we're going to get into Gale theories here in a minute, but we just kind of wanted to do a little trailer watch with
So
you.
let's finish this.
There's so much to take in.
Right?
Guys?
I love that it takes place in New York, honestly. Like, it feels
And
on
on Halloween.
It feels bigger. Yeah.
And on Halloween, like it's like a Scream movie on fucking steroids. I cannot wait. Like I almost found that difficult to commentate on because there's just so many things in it and so many directions we could go. But I think overall it established what it needed to in terms of broadening everything. Like we're not in Woodsboro. They established that. We got a subway scene. We got, and there's other trailers where you got, a lot of scenes with buildings, and we are in New York, and they established that in this trailer. So yeah, I think they might have given away a little bit too much, but at the same time, it's tough.
No, this trailer, had they just left it at that without doing the TV spots, it was perfect.
So you think the TV spots ruined it then?
I do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not exactly, but Holly Klein says, I hope Gale doesn't die. Love her. I don't want her to die either, Holly. Like, I was so sad.
Are we going to get into this discussion right here? Because I know you got some things to say, baby.
Okay, like, I'm such a diehard fan of this franchise, like to my core, and it just hurts my heart when people like don't take it as seriously as I do. And I know for like I honestly will literally be shocked if Gail dies in this film. Like
Mhm.
I said it from the get go, that I don't think that she's going to die. I don't think it mattered whether Sydney was going to be in it or not. I don't think they were going to kill either of them off, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I think there's something bigger at play for a seventh installment. And I do think, however, like based off of like the trailer, and obviously we see like, and people are like, Gail's the opening kill. No, she's not. She's in different clothes throughout the trailer, obviously, that we just watched. So,
Nobody's really saying that, but yeah.
well, I mean, some people are. Some people are. Um, but no, she's definitely not the opening kill.
No.
I can tell you that. However, like I'm trying to like place the timeline of events and like based off of the clothing and her makeup. And like I just find it hard for her to, after she's just been like attacked by Ghostface. We've never really had, like, aside from like Scream 4, when she got stabbed in the shoulder when she was going to do her detective work. We haven't really had a full-on Gale Ghostface scene since Scream 2, in my opinion. I mean, like there's
And
Scream 3 and like, but like nothing like what we just seen in that trailer.
and that is arguably the best chase scene in the entire franchise. You know, it's so epic, and there's so much credit that needs to be given to Scream 2. Now, not only Scream 2 though, that you have to give credit to this entire franchise because my whole thing is this. The thing that sets Scream apart from the other franchises is the fact that it does add that element of like there it's kind of a drama. It's kind of a sad story. It definitely has to do with family. It has to do with connections for sure throughout the entire franchise. Whether the killer's been, outed as a family member or, somebody out for revenge or whatever, it's all connected. And that is the fun of these movies, that and trying to figure out who's under the mask and so on and so forth. So Scream is different in that you can set these characters up and people love them, but you can keep adding characters in that people love too. Like they did that with Scream 4 as well. They got Kirby, so that's why they're bringing him back.
And the thing is about Scream 4 is like everybody's like they want to kill off all these legacy characters. Well, I feel like now like the majority of the cast of or the core cast of Scream 6 is the core cast of Scream 5, which I think they're legacy characters now as well. So
And you know what? That's a testament to how these characters were written and how I think everybody fell in love with them automatically. Like, what does that say? Like, this franchise has soul to it. It has a heart to it. And when, you put in all these different aspects, that's what makes it different from Jason, from even Freddy. Like, they have these backstories, but they're these franchises that are just ran to the ground, and all you really have is that trick of, hey, I'm gonna kill your final girl. I'm gonna kill your main lead. I mean, look at Halloween. They had to literally reboot it just to bring Jamie Lee back again, and that just says, hey, we fucked up. This doesn't work without her. So Scream has had the foresight from the jump to not only not kill these characters, because not every movie has to have a fucking death, a legacy death. Well, they kill Dewey, now they kill Gale, then you kill Sydney. Like it's not that simple. It's not that one note. This franchise is bigger than that. It has a lot more to give. It has a lot more emotional stuff that you can do further down the line that doesn't need just a one kill and, oh, that's going to shock everyone, because at this point it won't even shock everyone. Like a Gale thing is very fucking typical in my eyes. So I could go on forever, but I don't think they're going to kill Gale. We saw it. You said it like from the jump. You could tell Dewey's probably going to die in this movie. We didn't want it. We did not want it, but it happened. And you called it, and it felt like that. At this point, it would be a waste to kill Gale.
well,
Gale swallows.
Well, in my
Sorry.
opinion, wait, hang on. Mike Merriman just said,
Oh
does
God.
that hoodie have any more to give Danos? I don't even know what
Ready?
it means, but yeah.
No, it's got a Kinnison thing. Ready? Oh, oh, oh!
No, but the whole thing with Gail is honestly between Dewey, Gail, and Sydney, I feel like Gail actually has the most longevity
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because she is, the reporter that can get in there, and I think that people want her to tell the stories, and I just don't see her dying. Like I feel like her character has more of an arc, especially now that Dewey's gone. We can really see who she is.
Right. Right.
Before it was
You said it. You said go full on Gale Weathers. Like I want to see her being ruthless again, and it's a great part of her character, and she's a staple in this franchise just as much as Sydney. Like you don't think of Gale as like the quintessential final girl, but she's fucking been there from the jump. You know.
Mike Merriman is so stupid.
Well, you don't have to tell me that. What's he said? Let's see.
Gail going straight to Hale in Scream 6. He's so fucking stupid.
Wow. Gale Hail Gale Hailstorm.
Oh, jeez.
No, I just don't think they're gonna do it. And honestly, it's like it's literally a one note thing that a lot of horror franchises have to rely on is to kill that person. Like, oh, it's supposed to be shocking. Even like with Texas Chainsaw, look at they brought back Sally just to murder her like that. It's like like I was shocked at how bad that movie was, but nobody's shocked by that trick anymore. And killing Sydney or making Sydney the killer is probably the dumbest thing that you could do in this franchise. And I don't think they're going to do that. There's too much respect for it. And there's honestly so much that can be done in the future with not having to sacrifice a legacy member every time. Now, with that said, all bets are always off in Scream movies. So a lot of other people are up for grabs, like Kirby, for instance. And we're going to definitely get into some Kirby stuff for sure. But she, in my eyes, is expendable. While everyone loves her, I mean, everybody loved her just as much as Randy, or almost as much as Randy. And we thought that she was dead in the last one. So who knows where that goes? But I feel like she's expendable, and so is any of the new members of the new cast.
Yeah, but like I said, I really do believe that she has the most potential for storylines between Sydney and Dewey. Like he was the town sheriff. Sydney is always the one being attacked by some random family member. Gail has pissed off a lot of fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's the most indisposable. And not to mention, she survived 5 films as well. So is she not as equally great as a final girl? I think you froze, Danos. So I will just keep going with the show till you come back.
I'm back.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah.
Sorry.
You weren't moving. I was a little scared there.
I know we both cut out, but that's okay. We're back.
Yeah. So Mike Merriman said, "Are you prepared to Kirby your enthusiasm?" Why do I entertain?
That's amazing. No, Kirby's expendable, dude, and so is fucking Chad and Mindy, and so is Sam and Tara. To be perfectly honest with you, now you can't kill both sets. You can't kill the sisters, both of them, and you can't kill both of the twins. I don't think, because again, like you said, there has to be some sort of story or some baton to be passed on so we can continue these movies for a new generation. Now, depending on how this movie goes, though, it could fucking throw us all for a loop and do what we've been speculating they might do since the early sequels, which is make a past victim a killer. And that can be applied to any number of these fucks,
Well, and I think that, I think that's an interesting theory. Like, what would be the most shocking thing? Like, the least or the thing you least suspect the most that would make you shocked if it happened?
Um, okay, so there is a theory, and it's not even a bad theory. I just think it'd be like, what if Tara was involved?
That
if
would be surprising to me.
No?
No, because like I feel like her character was super sketchy in 5.
Well, she definitely isn't going to get points for donning the costume or giving people more believability that there was somebody else under that costume because of her size. And that's been a big discrepancy. And between you and I, though, I don't even think that's going to be addressed. I think that's a thing that they do in the movies where it's like, that's a stunt man and whatever, bye.
Well, no, that's
You
the
know?
thing that we were talking about earlier today. Like, do we care that it's a stunt man as opposed to who like is really under the mask? You know what I mean?
Well, you can't. Like, you saw Ghostface jumping over that couch, baby.
Like, I don't
That
think
was
anybody in the cast is that tall aside from maybe Dermot.
Ghostface was doing parkour. Like, no, he was straight crushing it. Like, he was fucking after her. He looked vicious, and that's the thing. They had mentioned this before. When you put on that Ghostface, like, you become an entity. You become Ghostface. I love that. And you know what? At the end of the day, yeah, it's a whodunit, but like, if you can tell who's under the mask by the fucking size, what's the point of even doing the movies? Do you know what I mean? Like you have to kind of hide it to some extent.
We do have some fun comments here, so I just kind of want to address them for a second, even though
Yes.
Merriman's stupid as fuck. He would like to know, will we get a Billy Loomis bloody ghost cameo in 6?
I think we will. Yeah.
Well, he actually said Camaro, but yeah.
Billy Loomis, what the fuck? Okay.
I do think we will as well.
Yeah.
All right. Holly Klein says, I still want to know who Sam and Tara's mama is.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any theories on who you think their mama is?
I think she hasn't been introduced yet. I think
she's in Scream 1.
In 5?
No, the first one.
As?
I think she's in the video store. The only girl we see Billy flirt with. You know, she's got the curly hair. Like, I don't know. It feels like she would make sense. My friend Carly thinks that it is one of the cheerleader from the first one.
Interesting.
But I don't know. It depends on like who the dad is, because like that's a big theory that people think that it's Tara and Sam's dad, right? But I just don't see him coming after his daughters and like putting Tara at risk. But also maybe he really didn't care about them because he just dipped on her as well.
No, I think it's an opportunity to just set up, big name stars to possibly get killed in future movies. I think that when they retconned things even back in Scream 3 with the Roman thing, you can look at that as a retcon, or like we've come to really enjoy that aspect of the story. Like I really like it. So it's funny how time can fucking change things. But I do think that, yeah, she's not only gonna have visions of him, but I think we're gonna see some fucking wild shit in the next couple movies coming from Sam. But I don't want to say too much either, because I don't know. I think this movie has to do with essentially people thinking that she had something to do with the last murders, just because of like social media and true crime. I mean,
and Gail said that she wasn't going to write about it.
Gail said she wasn't going to write about the events, let them die in anonymity, she said. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a huge plot point that you have to kind of play out, because
all right. Well, he has frozen up.
And I'm back. Sorry.
There you are.
The Jill thing, it did not play out the way it was supposed to. There was supposed to be a sequel that followed that movie, and that's why 90% of the cast, was killed off. It's because they decided not to do that for some fucking reason. Now, if you continue the Jill story, shit would have got really crazy, and that whole storyline was just fucking pretty wild for the Scream franchise. And I don't know. I just think at this point in the game, it could go anywhere. All bets are off. There's potential.
I like
We've
how you
talked
keep
about
saying
this.
all bets are off.
All bets are off. No, seriously, because I think there's so much potential in the future to wrap this franchise up in a nice bow. And I do think that you got to bring back Sydney and you got to bring back some other people for that as well. But we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. We're talking Scream 6 here. So I digress, Lacy Lou.
Mike Merriman says the most shocking thing Scream 6 could do is not be Lacy's number one of 2043. What about that? And then Nikki followed that up. This is like really clever, actually. She said, "Live her alone."
Live her alone.
I love that. And she said that she's hoping for a Stu cameo.
See, that's what, right. Well, see, the thing about 6, though, is why.
I'm going to let you go off on a tangent while I take a bathroom break real quick.
100%.
So, you talk, Stu. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Wow. On that note, no, I think the thing with Stu is, that's actually where my thought was going with that in terms of bringing back some other characters. You definitely want to bring back Stu, and I also think there's potential to bring back Jill as well. They both have definitely fucking been vocal about returning to the roles too, and how they think their characters have survived. Also, though, the point of bringing back Stu would only be hammered home if it was Sydney involved as well. Like, I think it's pointless to bring him back for 6 if she's not in this movie. Now, I do think that down the road, like if they have a 3, possibly 4 movie plan, like an arc to wrap this franchise up, or at least, to their extent, wrap it up, I think that you can go Stu and Jill for the finale. But again, you got to bring back Sydney. And then that way, too, the franchise does have breathing room. Like you have Scream 5 without Sydney completely, and then you have her come back for the most epic fucking finale ever. Her, Stu, fucking Jill, bring them all in. Have them fucking battle royale it out. And I think there is potential because the difference between Scream and all the other horror franchises, and especially slashers for that matter, is Scream has had the foresight to continue with all the original characters. It's not rebooted. It's not, switching it up and going different timelines. We're not just bringing people back for just to bring them back. I think that it has longevity because it's smart and it has the foresight to not necessarily kill fucking everybody involved. So bring them back, bring Sydney back. That way the New York thing feels special. Back to you, Lacy Lou.
Can you hear me?
Can you feel it? I like that shirt, by the way, baby.
Thank you. It's new. It's like almost like glow in the dark, but not.
Right.
Mike Merriman says Cindy from Scary Movie should show up to help Sydney's absence. Okay, we're not even going to acknowledge them. Anyways. I couldn't hear what you were saying, but I probably fully agree with it. Oh, no, about Stu. I believe I don't think he'll be revealed in this one. I do think he will be revealed. And I think they're setting this up like a trilogy. I think they're almost mocking Halloween, David Gordon Green's a little bit. So I think that with mocking that, I do think we're getting a threefer.
A threefer. That's essentially what I said. Yeah. Wait to bring Stu back because it's pointless without Sydney.
Or you might even not get Stu. You might get Jill.
I said that too, baby. You're in my head. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was not hearing any of this.
Well, no, because it also does, though, it provides an opportunity to do something that the franchise has yet to do, which is a reveal and then save one. So you could either do like Jill or Stu at the end of this one, setting up the next one, and then reveal Jill at the end of that one too. Do you know what I mean? So like you get it all just kind of in a different way.
Yeah. Well, do you want to get into? We're going to get into more like Kirby theories here in just a little bit, but I kind of want to go over the posters.
Okay.
If that's okay with everybody here, I'm going to add this here.
Is that okay with you, Mike Merriman?
Yeah. All right. So, another thing that they threw on us was that it's in 3D.
Yeah.
And actually, you were talking about this before we started the stream, which was, a little bit ago, we were talking about how they hadn't done a lot of promotional stuff for it.
For the longest time, we were up until Christmas, right?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like
Boom.
from the end of December to now, like we've been getting hit with we got hit with a fucking crossword puzzle.
Bombarded. Yeah, how cool was that?
Do you believe that any of these posters actually have clues to what is going on in the film?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so what do you think of this? So in the order that I put them on this slideshow, it's from my least favorite to my favorites, by the way. So
okay, yeah, this one just whatever.
I mean, like it's supposed to be like promoting the 3D element. It just kind of it doesn't do anything for me. And the poster that I hate the most, I didn't include at all, which is the first one that they showed.
The first one,
which was the subway. I just don't like that poster at all.
Especially when you're seeing fan ones come out that are 10 times better.
Yeah, but
like,
I
no.
there. I think my favorite poster has came out. We'll get there. But
okay.
This one is just blah. But let's talk about the 3D element. For Nikki wants to know what is real D. Real D is real dick.
Ghostface is slinging real dick in 3D.
Real D, I think it means that it was not shot in 3D, but it was converted into 3D.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't know. Mike Merriman, do you know?
Nope.
All right, so let's go on to the next poster because that one sucks and there's just not a lot to say. But I am excited to see it in that format.
Oh, this one just came out. I love this one.
Yeah?
Hell yeah. I mean,
Do you think this is a clue to anything aside from that it's just in the Big Apple? Like, do you think you're a professor?
It could be. It could be. That'd be cool, right? That'd be awesome if that was really it. I don't think so, though. It's probably just a New York thing. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think it could have to do with like a professor. Like, I don't know. Like, we say that there's clues. I mean, it's a simplistic poster. But
it is.
I mean, it doesn't really. Nikki says that has teacher vibes.
Teaching Miss Tingle vibes.
Which actually, Kevin Williamson, the original writer of.
Oh, right.
He did say, how many times did he say that he's watched Scream 5 or Scream 6?
He said 5 or 6 times, I believe. Yeah.
And he said that his partner watched it as well.
And who doesn't normally like that
at all, but he said it's amazing.
Yeah, and he said he absolutely loves this movie, so that's fucking cool. I mean, generally speaking, we love that dude and everything that he writes. Not everything, but mostly. And yeah, I think that just him saying that gets me excited.
All right, next one.
Yeah. Yee to the yee, baby. What do we got? Oh, that one's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different variations of Ghostface being red and bloody, I guess. I don't know.
I think that might be a clue. If there's any validity to the rumor that, it could be several people donning the Ghostface mask. Because obviously we've seen the old school mask. It's all cracked and it looks old. We've seen a newer mask where it's more of the fresh face one. But I think this might be a clue, possibly. Do all different types of Ghostface. So maybe there's 6 of them.
Well, we've actually never seen, I don't think, in my recollection, I don't ever think we've seen a bloody ghost face mask. And we do see a bloody ghost face mask in the
Yes.
trailer.
Yes.
So I don't know if that has something to do with it or not. But well, let's talk about the mask for a second here.
Right.
It looks like the main mask is old and cracked. So does that make you think that the killer is somebody from the past, or like, I mean, it has to be somebody from like 2000. I mean, it has to be somebody from like 96, right? Or even
Right.
2000 when Scream 3 came out. So like, I don't think it's like 2011. That doesn't make sense. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it definitely doesn't make sense for 2021.
Right.
To have a cracked
Right.
mask. So, like, how old is this character, or is he just wearing it to feel empowered? And is it actually an original mask, or did he just decay it to throw people off to make them think that it's related to the past?
I think that accompanied with the shrine shot and how they're collecting things from past murders, 100% these are the real masks from all the murders. Now, whether they are gonna say that these are new characters just recreating, it depends on the motive, right? It could be somebody from the past donning those masks. It very well could be, and we have a theory on that. And you eloquently called it early on, and you did a little detective work, and we're gonna get to that in a little bit. But yeah, I think it depends on the motive. It might be both. It's probably going to be both. If you have more than 2 Ghostface, I think that also the cast is only so big. So it's like, are these people faking their deaths? Are they? Because you get a lot of those. You get a lot of death fake outs in the Scream franchise and stuff where, hey, I'm dead, and it turns out that no, they're one of the killers as well. So I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you can play it, and I think it's all gonna be based on what the fuck is going on in this movie, what the motive is, and then I think it's all gonna trickle down. I don't think it's gonna be all fucking just brand new people and they're trying to fucking carry on the legacy. I don't think it's gonna be that. I think it's gonna be something different, and it's gonna take the franchise into a different direction.
Do you think it's possible that a boomer and what do they call them? What are the people nowadays called?
I don't know. X or
Is it Gen Z? Gen Z?
I don't know. But
Like,
those
we're
little young fucks.
millennials, so I think it's Gen Z. Like, do you think it's possible for or like a what is it? Generation X with a Gen Z? Do you think that's possible that could be a collaboration?
100%. A young person and an old person, for sure. It's also
that would be like very reminiscent of Scream 2.
100%. And I think that this movie is going to be. And if you go with that, then there's a lot of other things that you can connect. And we're going to get to that in a minute as well. But the short answer to your question is yes. And I think that's actually what it is going to be.
All right, let's get to the next poster.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, zitty, whoop, zitty, whoop, zitty, whoop. Did you hear me play Master P earlier, maybe?
I did. All right, so this is like the traditional like butt floating heads, but with a little twist, I guess. There are several things that are. I'm going to actually blow this up really quick.
Blow it up, baby.
All right, did that make it bigger?
No.
Oh, well, it did on my end. So,
Sweet.
So there are several things that like I notice on this poster that so most of people are looking not at us, right?
Right. Looking away, yep.
Jenna Ortega, she is looking directly at us. Kirby is looking directly at Sam.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying there?
I do.
Gail's like off in the distance. Samara Weaving's looking towards us. And then everybody else is like looking off in the distance in a different direction. But the thing that stands out the most to me in this poster is that Kirby is directly looking at Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that?
Yep.
Does that like do anything for you at all?
100%. So there has been some rumors that basically the public perception of Sam is that people think that she was involved in the murder because especially that adds up if Gail did not write about the events, right? Because she said she doesn't want these motherfuckers to get what they want, which is, to spark a new franchise. So they're not going to get it on that front. So the obviously being the daughter of Billy Loomis, I think that the public perception for a lot of people, and I think social media is going to come into play with this, is the fact that people think it's Sam that committed those murders, that she's a fucking psycho. So it would make perfect sense because it was revealed that Kirby is now playing a cop. Is it a detective or a cop? Whatever. She's a police officer. She's law enforcement.
She's FBI. She's FBI.
She's FBI, and that makes sense too. Which that accounts for a good chunk of time too. Like, what's Kirby been up to? Well, she's in the fucking FBI now. That's a pretty crazy thing, actually. And I don't know if you want to get into that now or later, but that's a whole other fucking thing with the Kirby character. But I do think that the public perception that people have of Sam and thinking that she did it would definitely make sense as to Kirby's looking at her.
Yeah.
So
we'll get into that a little bit more later.
Yes.
We're gonna go back to the trailer again for a few things. So,
Yep.
All right. Next poster. There's several here, guys. Sorry.
Oh,
right.
Like that one.
This is like the big thing right now for horror movie posters. It like Tusk has it, like the red background with Tusk. There's I'm trying to think of other. I think Evil Dead had it for their Evil Dead reboot, if I'm not mistaken.
Barbarians.
Barbarian. Yes, this is the new, like, instead of floating heads, we have the simplicity of an image and then the red background. So This happens quite a bit nowadays. And most recently, Kevin Williamson did a film on Peacock called Sick.
Mm-hmm.
And the poster is very similar. I don't have it to compare right now, but if you Google,
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I will say that the skyline turning into Ghostface at the bottom is a nice fucking touch. They've been doing that with a lot of the posters, just blending the skyline in, which is fucking such a sick fucking thing. Also, what Nikki said too with the M and using it for the Roman numeral 6, like, it's fucking great. I know a lot of people are mad, and I do think that Scream 2022 will eventually be referred to as Scream 5.
Yeah, I think the directors even already started to do that.
Yeah, cool. It makes sense.
I do have a feeling though, like, it's weird, and I want it, but I don't at the same time. I do feel like we're getting a cliffhanger on Scream 6.
I hope so. They have yet to do it in the franchise, and why not? You can give the fans what they want. If you have multiple Ghostface, you can do a reveal and fucking set up a cliffhanger as well. You can do it.
All right.
And they should. What do we got?
All right, we got the Christmas one. I'm gonna blow this one up. I don't know if it makes a difference when I do that or not, but yeah. So this was the one where we really started to kind of break down what was, some certain clues, because it has it's shitty because I can't actually zoom in on it. But it does say somewhere around here, Scream 9 or Stab 9. It's right here. You can't see my arrow, but it's in the center. You see Ghostface with a knife in the blue, and then down in the black and red, and then it's with the Christmas tree star. It says Stab. I believe that means Stab 9. And in Scream 5, they were up to Stab 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So that's kind of a big deal for it to say stab 9 here because they were supposed to die in anonymity.
And what does that mean, though? Does that so? That's basically, did their plan work? Did it work? Did they revamp the franchise again and and work to Richie and Amber's plan? I'm assuming not, but at the same time, I think it's going to have to do with what's going on with Sam being in New York as well. Like it's just going to tie right into it.
Yes, and there is also something here that says Blackmore University. In the trailer, you see that Chad is wearing a Blackmore University sweater. This also, I literally, we're going to come back to this again later, but Stab the musical.
Yes.
Those were and Wrongly Accused, which was the name of one of Gail Weathers' books.
Yep.
So I think this movie is going to be very Gail centric and Gail heavy.
Right. Right. Yep. I agree. And
Nikki
that is a cool. Yes, I agree.
Nikki says someone related to Cotton, maybe, because that was what Wrongly Accused was her first book, right?
Right. Right.
Which was
yeah.
about Cotton Weary.
Well, there's always been speculation where it's always some family members. That now, to how far you want to go with that, that's where I think people differ. Like you had mentioned that, one of the people looks like Richie's brother. We'll get into that in a few.
That Jack Champion is Richie's brother.
Right, and that makes sense. He looks just like him. It's perfect.
And he's barely in the trailer. A mistake that they made with Scream 2022 was you can clearly kind of get a notion of who the killers were if you rewatch those trailers.
Yeah, and I don't think that that these new set of trailers does that. Now we'll come back to that because that plays into a bigger theory that you have. So we'll get through these posters and come back.
All right. Are you good with this one?
I am. That was a fun one though when that came out at Christmas. I thought it was a fan made one, but to find out that it was official, that was fucking cool. So yeah, I liked it a lot. It's great. Great promotional stuff all around.
Yeah, I love that there's so many different.
This is Guess Who.
Guess fucking
Love it.
Who. Like, if you don't love like this is our official cover photo in our group right now.
And this just says to me that this is a franchise that knows what the fuck it is. It's so aware of itself that it's fucking got promotional Guess Who photos. I love it. Now, is there any thing in here? Because I know we dissected the back row, but I don't know.
I
could go still. Yeah.
Well, because I don't want to because I know people don't watch the trailers as intently as I do.
Right. Yeah.
I find it funny. Okay, so we have our survivors from 5 in the front row, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Dermot, Kirby, Gail, and Ethan and Samar. Like that just feels weird to me to have those. And like maybe if it was just like Kirby and like I feel like Kirby and Gail should have been in the same row as the next, or the front row. Like so. Yep. It's odd placement to me. It really is. I could just be crazy, but
it just might be random. Well, no, they're fucking with us. But
I really don't want to go too much back into the back row because
I get it.
Spots have alluded to some things, and I just don't want to ruin that. So I'm gonna skip over that if that's okay.
10-4, I totally get it. Yep.
If this was a full breakdown, but I just don't want to ruin that for anybody. So let's go to the next one. But I do love it. I love it. I want this on my wall.
Right? I want to play this game.
But as much as I want that one on my wall, I want this one on my wall even more.
Yo, this is it. This is the one.
What do you mean M for Mindy, Nikki? I don't know what she means by that.
I don't know.
But yes, this poster But can you just like picture this on my wall? Because I can. But there were some things in here that are very questionable.
Yes.
I'll let you go over those.
The things that are questionable. The Mackenzie family being murdered. I cannot read it, but I know that is a thing on the poster. There's
Yes, it's
basically, yeah,
so you see stab, and then you see the good morning with Gail or whatever on the second thing, and then beneath that is a news anchor talking about Mackenzie family murder, slaying, stabbings.
yep. Now, obviously, the Mackenzies from the first Scream live down the street from the Beckers. In Scream 5, you want a real drink, Liv was revealed to be a Mackenzie. And so there's possibly a connection from the last movie, or it could just be something to throw us off in the trailer, or that could literally be something that possibly happens in the movie. It literally could be in the movie and we don't even see it. Like there's even been stuff to where, Kirby's alluding to the fact where she's been after it for a while. So we could come in, midway through. I remember 24 did that one season. They started like right in the middle of the terrorist attack, not in the beginning. They just like threw you right into the chaos. Well, maybe Scream's doing that. Who knows? Maybe it's a different approach. I heard that this is fucking a roller coaster and just nonstop from front to back, from beginning to end.
That's what the directors
So,
have said. Yeah.
yep. So we'll see, baby. But I love this poster. I love the fact that the knife. The knife is perfect. It's the shape of
It
buildings.
reminds me of Scream 2, of when
Yep.
they're going to the theater and they had the big promotion.
Oh, yep.
Yes, that's what it
Oh,
reminds.
yeah, with the glow in the dark fucking knife. Yep.
Yeah, there was a thing to where the directors stated that part two, or not part two, but it alluded to like part 4 is a big part of this.
Yeah.
But I feel like part 2, aside from part 4, like I feel like it's gonna mirror part 2 a lot.
Well, they also
And
said that as well. They did say that in the beginning. They said they love Scream 2 and this movie is gonna be,
that's
yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why, like, part of my theory is that it's going to be a family member of either Amber or Richie. Mainly Richie, and I think Jack Champion, his name is Ethan in here, is going to be one of the killers. I think we're going to have multiple killers here. But I do feel like he is the brother of Richie.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to a Mrs. Loomis, I do feel like it's like they look alike. He's got like the same little curly fro thing going on with the hair, and it just makes sense for like this generation to like avenging a sibling's death, because we haven't actually had that. Roman was Sydney's brother, but he was trying to kill her. So I don't know.
Right.
I just feel like it's mirroring either that, or it's going to be, instead of a mom, it's going to be Richie's dad as opposed to Billy's mom, because Scream 5 mirrors Scream 1 a lot. I don't know if I'm making any fucking sense as I'm talking, but yeah.
No, you are, for sure. I think it's going to be a little different in terms of, I think if it's going to be Richie's brother, it might just be that he's doing the same thing that Richie wanted to do, meaning that he's trying to put forth his plan. And I do think that true crime is going to come into play in this movie. My theory from the jump, I always like the idea that these are fans of true crime stuff and they believe that that's where it's at and that's what's popular and that's what it needs to be, and it's going to be kind of one of this, a slasher versus true crime, and then obviously the slasher wins because bitch, we're in a slasher. I always thought that was a cool concept, but yeah, I don't know. It could go a million different ways. I got to pause for a second and say this, though, that this is half of the fun of this franchise. No other franchise can you speculate in so many different directions? And we're just doing like broad strokes here. We're just doing
Yeah,
like
we're
we're
not
not
even deep diving.
and right, and we're just doing, and it's so much fun, and there's so much fun to be had that I don't think that you can do this with a lot of franchises. Like, there's a reason why this is our favorite franchise. Like, for reasons like this, you can just fucking have so much fun with speculating and how much, how many degrees of fucking Kevin Bacon are we going here? And is it going revenge again? Is it a bigger plot? Is it genre versus genre? Are we getting two Ghostface? Like you had mentioned that too. Like that's always been a theory, but like you started breaking it down earlier where you think there's gonna be fucking two Ghostface without getting into that. Obviously you told me who's under both of them. I think that's brilliant. I thought it was great. There's so many different things you can do, and the speculation part is fucking half the fun. And I love this poster.
Nikki actually said, was one of the characters named Mindy in the front row? Yes, yes. Mindy is in the front row. That is Randy's niece.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm actually all right. So there's a couple screenshots here, and I'm gonna go off camera for just a second. I'll keep my mic on, but these were two screenshots that you sent me that you wanted to discuss, Dan.
Yes.
So I'm going to just.
All right. Yeah, this one I just love it. Like, look at fucking Ghostface. That's all I want to say about that. Really, I think it's fucking perfect. I think it's definitely established in the last movie that this is a menacing Ghostface. I think it's just iconic. A lot of low shots, a lot of badass fucking low shots of Ghostface. So yeah, that's all I really got to say about it. I think it's badass, and that's that. I do think though the costume, I love how it has to do. Oh, fuck everything. Okay, this is the money shot. This is the motherfucking money shot right here. I feel like this is every Scream fan's fucking wet dream right here. This is all the well, this is speculating obviously, but it is rumored that these are all the costumes from all the past fucking movies. Holy motherfucking shit, and along with a million other items, collected from the murders and all these other type of things. And I think this is great. It gets the wheels turning in terms of what the motive is, and there's so many possibilities, and so much
Would
fun
you
to be
say
had.
that this is the scene you're most excited to see?
100 fucking percent. And it appears that, I mean, one would guess that the finale takes place here as well. So bring it on. I want to see people being thrown into fucking Tatum's bloody ass shirt and fucking, I want to see I want to see somebody fucking
Throw it on.
thrown into Derek's cross that he was hung up on. Like all that shit. Bring it, dude. Like, I think this is going to be so fucking epic. I just think this is the money shot. This is what it's all about right here. If there's only one chance, I think, to go really motherfucking big in the Scream franchise, and if you're going to do it in the fucking New York chapter and break open a Ghostface bat cave. Look at this motherfucker. Like, goddamn, I love it. I love it.
Nikki
For
said
yeah.
was one of the character. I'm sorry, I was reading her last one. She said there's also 9 reference from Stab 9. Well, technically, there's not a Stab 9. However, the total number of killers up until this point is 9.
It's 9. Right. Right. And there's also been other costumes that are broken down, and you can see the bullet holes that Roman got, and there's been speculation as to, with the mask too, that matches up, right? That matches up with the old school mask and then one that looks kind of new. I mean, it could represent a million different things, like literally, And if there is somebody different under all 9 of these masks, I mean, it's going to be a fucking bloodbath if they decide to do Cult of Ghostface. But if they do that as well, if you look at the cast overall, there's just not enough people in it, you know? So there would have to be a huge twist where all the victims are just the killers. So I don't think they're going to do that just for that specific reason. The cast isn't big enough. So yeah, this is the Batcave shot. I love it. It's the money shot.
Holly Klein says, love this shot, and it's the exact amount of costumes. So creepy.
Right? It's perfect. It's fucking perfect.
Well, I mean, there's so much to dissect in this, and in the TV spots, you do get a little bit more of the shrine. I'm kind of tempted to show one of the TV spots.
Do it. Play that fucking shit.
maybe in just a minute. But
Okay.
if anybody else wants to see the TV spot, because it is a little spoiler heavy, the one that I am wanting to show. Well, potential spoilers, anyways. I don't know. I mean, we'll break it down, obviously, because that's what we do here at Cut to the Chase. But what do you think, guys? Should we show the TV spot that I'm wanting to show?
Do it. Do it, baby. Yep.
All right.
And why aren't you on camera?
Well, I'm getting back on camera.
I want to see your fine ass face.
Oh, there we go.
There you are.
Okay, they're saying show it. So hang on, let me.
The people want it, baby. Give the people what they want.
Because we're done with the posters here. All right, so let me add the video file. And I believe it's this one that I want to show. All right. So, I gotta make sure the volume is turned down so we can talk over it. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Here is the TV spot. Ah! Like, look at that shot.
He followed.
Iconic.
So what do we do now?
This isn't like any other ghost face.
Get more smart in here. Come on, mother! Get more.
It's for you.
Hello, Gail.
Scream. Only in theaters March 10th.
All right.
Whoop,
So I'm actually going to back it up just a little bit because the thing that these trailers do is they're really quick takes. And just upon watching it, you don't really notice unless you slow it down.
Right. Right.
So I'm going to slow it the fuck down. Maybe this wasn't.
Back it on up. What? What are you looking for?
Right here. All right, so Ghostface is at the door, right?
Yes.
And clearly, right here, he's breaking through the glass. And somebody's standing right there.
Right.
I don't want to give a spoiler, but if you go back and like fully pay on attention to, you know, the trailer, you can kind of put together who is standing right there. But we don't know if this is going to be in the movie because there have been plenty of times to where the trailer has shown things that didn't happen in the actual movie. And it was just all for like publicity to, you know, but clearly he is breaking through like right here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts to this scene. And you can, you know.
Yeah.
Like
you can piece it together for sure.
Yeah. Like I don't want to give much more away, but that's all I have to say about that. But what do you guys think about Samara Weaving here? Hang on, let me go back. Yep. right here. She's clearly in a garage.
I spit on your garage.
Right.
Me personally, I mean, this is speculated to be the opening kill, but I don't know to what extent
Well, we
or
haven't even seen her actually talk to Ghostface or see Ghostface with her. So
right
I like that they're not doing that because with Scream 5, the opening scene with Tara, like that was
ruined. Yeah,
completely spoiled. So
yep,
I like that we're not seeing what's happening here. Like we just see
yep,
her in the garage, and that's all we need to know.
right.
Like whatever's about to happen, like this could even be a red herring.
You never know. She could be prominently in the movie. You never know. Like honestly, we don't know, and that's what's fun about the speculation too. Like there's been speculation that she's a Mackenzie. She's fucking Stu's sister. Like who knows? You know, it could be anybody. Is she coming from a Halloween party? Is she coming from a Halloween parade? Is she going to work? Like who knows? You know.
Nikki wants to know: is this a scene from a stab film? That's
It
interesting.
that could be as well. We have not. We were in a stab movie in the last one.
Yeah, but
You know.
they haven't actually shown a stab movie like, in a while.
Well, in Scream 5, they show that with Matthew Willard donning the mask, but with the flamethrower.
Right.
So you do get it, and then for sure you get it big time in 4. So and then in 3 they're making it. So yeah, I mean, who knows? You know, she could break out into song, and that could be it revealed. Scream the musical. You never fucking know. but but yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of different possibilities. I just I think that this is going to be a movie where it's definitely going to deviate to what the franchise has done in previous installments. I think that it's going to spread its wings a little. I think that the motive, if you ever have a chance to go really out there and go big with it, then here's the chance. So I think people are either going to love it or hate it. Hopefully, people embrace it. But a lot of, like any fandom, there's always a lot of toxicity and whatever. But for the most part, Scream fans are on the same fucking page, and I think everyone's just rooting for a good fucking movie. I know for one, I want them to fucking stick the landing, is what I want. I want the longevity to be paid off in a way where, you have this opportunity to really fucking stick the landing. Okay, here's the roadmap to do it. And this is just another piece of the puzzle, another stop on the roadmap before the end. This is the one where you go wild with it. It's like fucking Scream on steroids. And then you can bring it back, and then you bring it back home with Sydney, bring back fucking Stu, bring back Jill, bring the whole fucking family, get a videotape of Dewey, like just do it all and stick the landing because no other franchise has had the foresight and or the longevity to do so. And I think that it would be a wasted opportunity if Scream didn't fucking do that. What's up, baby?
I'm back.
You are back.
I'm
All
All
right.
right.
So I think that we should do these next couple topics and do somewhat of a wrap up here. What do you think, baby?
Yeah, I think I just have a couple more things.
Sorry, my ass is getting sore.
Sit on a pillow.
I am like, no, the new setup works. I just need a new chair. The kitchen chair doesn't really work.
All right, good to know. All right, so my big theory that I've called as soon as this character was announced, I thought this person, like, if you go back to Scream 1996, the only person that from the original trauma with Maureen Prescott that has not had any repercussions for their actions is fucking Hank Loomis. So once this actor got announced, and I looked at him and I was like, fuck, he could totally play this character. And I went and I looked at the original character, and he hasn't acted since like the 90s. So this person is easily replaceable. And I think like it's uncanny that they kind of look alike. So I'm just going to throw it up on the screen. You guys tell me what you think. And this character I'm talking about is Billy's dad, Hank Loomis. So let me know what you all think. Like, that's Hank Loomis in the 90s. That's Henry Surney in the 90s. And then that's the original actor on the left-hand side, and that's Henry Surney today. So, and they're both the same age. Do you think he can get away with playing Hank Loomis?
Not only can he get away with it, they could easily explain it being played by a different actor by referencing the exact plot point in Scream 2, which was a lot of work done. Like, literally, like they've done it before. There's nothing that couldn't say that they wouldn't do it again. Now, in that one, it was to, yeah, Gail said, oh, I she recognized her, but it was because she was like front row in her seminar or whatever. But she got fucking work done. So they could easily bring that back. Now, in this one, it's used to replace an actor. And the big thing is this. He's a fucking terrific actor. Like, we went back and we watched the Ready or Not trailer, and it was fucking, he was the star of it.
Yes,
and obviously they loved
it. Heavy.
Yep. 100%. So 100,000,000% they could easily do that and swap him out for a better fucking actor. Like Henry fucking Surney. And there you go. There's your Hank Loomis. And also, people forget that there's not going to be this vague connection with it. Now, if you go down the rabbit hole like Lacy Lou and I do, there's been rumors that he plays Sam's therapist. So that could just provide a whole other fucking mind-bending aspect to it, because it's like, that's so personal that that's her grandfather technically, right? And that could play into the plot as well, you know? Maybe he sees things as well. Who knows? They could go a million different directions. All I know is he's a terrific actor, and the possibility that he is one of the killers in this is highly probable, and I think you're a genius for fucking pointing that out, baby. And I really hope they do it. And honestly, I think that he'll have some muscle too. Like, he'll have his fucking lackeys. You know, you got your Jack Champion or whoever, and that's what it's going to be. But I do think that it's going to be a more personal connection with the main character, and that's what's going to make it a fucking strong movie.
And the fact that he is such a high-profile actor, and he's not in this trailer at all, but yet he was announced, I think that's their mistake, is that they announced him, to be honest.
Right.
Here is that Sam, the moment that I have on screen here is she's talking to her therapist, but clearly he's blurred the fuck out.
Right.
You know, like,
yeah.
there's a person, like, I wish that I could show my little arrow as I'm doing this, because I'm like circling around the character. But this person, like, you're not seeing them for a reason. And I don't know if that's to throw us off, if these people are that smart. I don't know. Or maybe we're too smart. I don't know. But I feel like Henry Surney is my top list of suspect.
Well, like you said, though, in the last one, they blurred out Tara.
They did.
The wheelchair.
We knew that, though. We knew that.
I know. They did a bad job. Maybe they learned. Who knows? Yeah. No, I agree. And I think, yeah, that's my favorite theory as well. I just want to say that, like, to do Scream, like, you know, look at the amount of family members that Sydney has had attached to her. And now with Billy and Billy's daughter, I do think that, yeah, Hank is untapped territory, and you gotta bring that motherfucker back. Give him like one of the most ruthless deaths too, because he started this whole fucking thing.
And look at this fucking kid in the middle, does that not look like Richie's brother?
Yeah,
From
it
5.
does. It totally, like, what are you even doing there? Like, so at this point, if you guys were going to college, like, wouldn't you just stick to you fucking 4? Like, don't get any outsiders. You don't need fucking the mayor from fucking Arrow fucking chilling there being all creepy. You don't need Jack Champion back there looking like Richie's brother. Like, all these people, I mean, I know it's obviously the fun of a Scream movie, but you do have to question, like, hey, here are our main actors. And then this kid. Like, so.
I don't know. He just looks like Richie's brother to me. But there was one scene that I did want to point out before we end this, if that's okay.
That shot's epic.
It is. I love it. I think if I can get it right. Did I miss it? I think I missed it. All right, hang on.
Did you want to tell your Kirby theory real quick as well, baby?
Well, I don't have the Kirby picture, so
it doesn't matter. They know who the fuck we're talking about. Oh, that's a great shot. Oh, is that the shot that you were just talking about?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah, right there.
But it's not letting me get to that point. Hang on. Maybe if I just play it and then pause it. I'm playing and pausing. This is what we do.
All right, there we go. God. Oh, you missed it. Gee, baby, you're fired.
All right, I can go from here. Sorry, you're going to hear me. This is what we do. We break down the trailers just like this. This ladder scene, though.
There you go.
I missed it.
Again, it's okay. Baby.
There we go.
All right.
Whatever. Okay. So clearly there's a scene to where Ghostface, I knew I should have screen grabbed it earlier. It's fine. But clearly there's a projector being shown. And that's what caught my eye the first time I watched it. I was like thinking back to Scream 3, when Roman
showed the video.
Yeah, and it's replaying like how he seen Maureen and Hank, ironically, and that was the same actor, by the way, the original Hank.
Sure was.
In 3. So it got me thinking, okay, so clearly they're showing footage, but what footage are they showing? And I was trying to rack my brain because it does show you like a shot, and I was trying to get there for you guys. I wish I could get there right now, but
close enough.
I believe that the footage that is being shown is from this event of this film, and I think it's from the bodega. And let me see it. Let me just try one more time because it'll make so much.
What does that mean, though? Like, more importantly, what does that mean?
Oh, God damn it.
All right. On the side.
I think if I just slow myself down. Oh.
We lost internet.
Did we?
For a second.
Okay,
yes.
Well, I can't really tell what that is, though, like, as I'm looking at it.
Yeah, who knows? Could be anything.
Kevin W. Smith is with us.
What's up, Kev?
But yes. Okay, so should I just do the Kirby gun thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have the picture right now, but there was promotional stills that were released, and it shows Kirby with her badge, and she has a gun in her holster. And if you kind of match the gun to the one that you see in the shot that we're looking at right now, it kind of appears that Sam has Kirby's gun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you co-sign to that, or what?
That could mean a number of things. Did Kirby give it to her? Did somebody kill Kirby and she took it from her? And if also too, this plays into a theory that you had mentioned where, because we've been thinking a lot about like, well, wait a minute, Kirby's in the FBI. That's a long fucking time since that happened. That was what, like 10 years or whatever it was. So it's like, what have you been up to? And there's also been a theory that maybe Kirby's involved as well. And you had said that maybe she's another Ghostface. And so we're getting dual Ghostface, whether it's like 3 against 1 or whatever the case may be. So maybe she's one of the killers. Also doing something that Scream's never done before, so that's cool. You could go down that route. I think that's a great theory as well. But what that means with Sam with the gun, I have no idea. That looks like Kirby's gun though, for sure.
Now, I asked you the other day, like, can I do it again? Like percentages on what you think each character might be the killer.
Okay.
And like it's not like a total percentage of
Right.
just the probability of where you think these characters might fall of being the killer in Scream 6.
Okay.
50-50, 20%, whatever. Like don't like use that as like a total 100 for each character.
Right.
So, all right. So, should I start with the old cast?
Sure.
All right. So, actually, I'm going to make you do whether I'm going to make you do percentages on killer or dead.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, we will start with Sam. Killer?
No.
Well, you can't just say no. You got to give a percentage. You can say 0.
0.
Okay.
0.
Okay. Dead.
I'd say she's probably got like a 20% chance of dying.
20%.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Tara, killer.
10% maybe. Like I don't really.
You don't
like
see
I get the theories and I actually kind of like them. I just don't think that's what they're gonna do. So yeah, 10%.
Okay, dead.
If Sam doesn't die, yeah. So maybe like I don't know, 25% dead.
25% dead. Okay, so she's higher up of dying than Sam.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what about Mindy? Killer.
5%. And that 5% is only because I don't believe that subway scene where she gets stabbed. So then it gets me thinking, well, is that a Mindy hallucination? Like Sam? Is she seeing shit now too? Is she the killer? But probably not. So 5%.
Okay, dead.
30%.
30%.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, killer.
Same, like 5.
Yeah? So you
even less actually, even less, 4% for Chad.
All right, killer.
So it's low. I'd say 4% on that as well.
What are these are like the weirdest percentages ever, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay. Gail. Killer.
Gail Swallows. 0%. Like none of the OG people are gonna be killers. 0%. And she's not gonna fucking die in this. All right, I'll give you 5%. Nah, actually, I gotta fuck. I'll go 10% that Gail dies. 10%.
I'm going 0. Like I don't care what
0.
She's not fucking dying. Kevin says, what if there are different killers? One wants to kill Kirby, one wants to kill Gail, and one wants to kill the new cast.
They're all doing their own thing. I'd love that. That sounds chaotic.
I love it. Yeah, that's I like that too.
Just killers everywhere.
Kirby, killer.
Oh man, I will say a strong 45%.
Of a killer?
Yep.
Okay, what about dead?
35.
She's 50-50 on that for me.
50-50? Okay.
I think that's fair for Kirby, honestly. Like, she hasn't been seen in 11 fucking years. Like,
Right.
supposed to have been dead. Like, but
Something
I
shady.
think she's a killer. I think she's a killer.
That'd be, hey,
I
you know
don't.
what?
I think there are several, like Kevin just said. I do believe that there are
Several different ones.
I think there are dueling ghost faces in this, and I think that's why she turned up. Because
I mean, it makes sense.
like, these fucking copycat bucks need to stop. I'm the OG, but she's not the OG, and then that's where Stu comes in, and he's like, "I'm the real OG," and then he fucking just shanks Kirby.
I like that ending.
Aw,
My
Gail
baby.
Weathers signing off.
Yes. You know what though? I want to pause real quick and say this too though, that I have never been more excited for a movie because of the fact that like we're getting this from a team that has shown that it's got nothing but respect and love for the franchise. So the last one, we were a bit trepidatious because we hadn't seen what they had done, and they gave us what they did, and so that just alleviates all my anxieties going forward. And I do believe that this is going to be a Scream film on fucking steroids. Like, amp the fuck up. I think it's going to be insane. And I had said this earlier, baby.
Nikki said, I'm sorry, 20% Principal Hembry.
You know what I got to say to that, Nikki? Hey.
I love it.
And then fucking Mrs. Loomis comes back, and then he shoots her, and then
It's
he says,
Roseanne Barr.
and then he says, "What Mama don't know can't hurt her."
Jesus Christ. Sydney Prescott, killer.
What about her? No, stop it.
Well, I
Zero.
have
Zero. Zero.
dead,
Zero.
dead.
Zero.
Percentage of her being in the film.
Oh man. I will go an overly optimistic 65%. How about you?
I think she's 100% in this film.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like they are setting up Scream to be the Marvel movies of horror movies.
If we see fucking Sydney Prescott in this movie, I will fucking legit fucking shit myself, cry, maybe not in that order.
Credit scene. That's what's happening. I'm like, trust me, I feel like I know this shit. Like, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure that I've called at least 2 of the 3 killers.
I believe you have as well.
I really believe that I'm very honed in to this franchise for some reason. And it's hard to shock me, but like, I'm okay with not being shocked with it. And I think that's the misconception that people get. Like, as long as things play out the way that I want them to, I'm okay. I don't need to be shocked with character death. I don't need to be shocked. Like, I'll probably be more pissed off if I am shocked.
Also, too, with
I feel like it's a disservice.
I think that with Dewey and Gail as well, Gail going forward, I feel like there's always that emotional connection with Dewey, so they can bring Dewey back through Gail, whether it's via videotape or whatever, and I feel like that's an emotional center of these movies that you don't really want to just give up just yet. Give them a proper finale. Like, you can kill Gail maybe in the finale or something, but I think that the other characters, Sydney, what's that?
It's too soon here.
It is, I feel like. Yep. I feel like she's going to have her day in the sun, though, and this is going to be her fucking movie, and we're going to get the fucking Gail Weathers that we knew and loved in the first couple movies, first few movies, I should say. Yeah,
she was a shell of a person in 4 and 5.
I agree. Yep.
We got a little bit of her, little tidbits here and there, but I miss the ruthless Gail Weathers who just wanted the story.
Yep.
Top story. But I mean, I think that's kind of all we have for at this moment. I think This was kind of just like our little test run. We were just kind of having fun.
Yeah.
I want to thank
No,
everyone for tuning in.
dude, thank you everyone for hanging out with us. This was a success. We weren't sure how the comments were gonna work. Everyone fucking started commenting. So yeah, you throwing them up there on the screen, baby. That was perfect. Yeah, this was really smooth. This was easy on my part.
Yeah, you didn't have to do anything, but it
I
was
didn't.
it was actually really easy, to be honest with you. What should I play to throw us out? Should it be our opener that nobody heard because nobody was listening?
Yes, play it again so everyone can hear for the first time.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
This is actually our opening, but we're going to make it our closing tonight.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We had a blast and many more to come.
Peace.
Hey everybody, Michael Rooker here, and you are listening to Cut to the Chase. Keep listening.
Hey guys, this is Christy Carlson Romano, and you're listening to Cut to the Chase.
Hey, what's going on? This is Thomas Ian Nicholas. You horror fans out there might know me as Bill Woodlake from Halloween Resurrection. You are listening to Cut to the Chase. So let's do it. Cut to the chase, man.
Hey, this is Lacy, and you're listening to Cut to the Chase.
Greetings, gentlefolk. This is James DeVal, and you're listening to Lacy Lou on Cut to the Chase.
This is Richard Greeley, and I'm on Cut to the Chase. And if you don't jump to any conclusions, you will hear me with Dan and Lacy.
You have a podcast like I do, and it's called Cut to the Chase. I like that. Cut to the Chase. All right, here we go. You're listening to Cut to the Chase. Let me do another one. You're listening to Cut to the Chase. How about, this is Michael Rosenbaum, and you're listening to Cut to the Chase. I don't know if, yeah, it's Dan and Lacy. You're listening to, this is Michael Rosenbaum, you're listening to Cut to the Chase with Dan Chase and Lacy Lou. How's that? Oh, and Mikey likes it.
If you like horror, you'll want to cut to the chase. The podcast, that is. I know I want to cut to the chase as soon as possible. And what do you know? Here it comes.